Hey guys, Hasu. This video is going to cover a few things about maining champions. A lot of people ask the question, should I main a champion or what champion should I main? This video is going to cover things like what are the popular things to main, what are the highest win rates on champions, the benefits of maining a champions, and disadvantage of maining a champions. It'll also cover my personal experience of maining a champion and my advice of what champion to main if you want to main a champion. Now, professionals have used this tool since Season 1, even in the beta, to get up high ELO when otherwise they may not get that high. You've had Dyrus on Singed, Hotshot on Nidalee, Scar on Katarina. The most recent example I can think of is Athene on Rise. He's played over 700 games of Rise and is nearly in Diamond League. Everybody doubts his skill level because he only plays Rise, but if you're only after ELO, maining a champion might be the way for you. It won't increase your general play on League of Legends as you're only learning one champion really well, but you can use that knowledge of what you learn with that champion and put it to other champions once you've got the ELO you want. Here's a chart of popular champions dated, as you can see at the top, from the 11th of March to the 18th of March, so it's really recent. You can clearly see Taric is the most played champion in the game currently and has a pretty good win rate. Now, if you want to main a champion but it's a support, Taric is a good option, but there is other champions in here that I like. Jarvan is one that I really like. He can mid lane, he can top lane, and he can jungle. For me, a main champion should be able to do multiple roles, as just in case you can't get that role, you can jump on that champion anyway. Alright, on the screen now is a chart of the highest win rate champions, dated the same dates as the popular chart. You can clearly see that Rumble is one of the most popular champions in solo queue at the moment, and many people use him as their main. He is getting a change soon that will change his ult, so there's no initial damage. It will be more dot damage of his ult when you stand in it. Now you can also see that Taric is up there with win rate and popularity. As I said before, you can main Taric, but there's other champions in this list that I like. TF is a mid laner that I really like. He can gank lanes really well, help his team, but he's also a strong laner. He can push his wave out when you max Q, and he has good gank potential with his W, and he can also help his jungler with his W to secure kills. Okay, benefits of maining a champion. You get to know a champion inside and out. You know the ins and outs of that champion. You get really confident with that champion. With that, you also get in a rhythm with CSing, ganking, trading, everything about the champion you'll know. So you'll be able to execute things on that champion where you may not be able to do on others. And also, if you know a champion really well, it doesn't matter what your lane opponent is. If you play a champion well, you can beat anything in the game. Okay, there are disadvantages to maining a champion as well. If you put a lot of time into a champion and then it gets nerfed and becomes unviable, then you put all that time into a champion where it may be weak now, so then you have to start over. Another disadvantage of maining a champion is if you're forced to take another role, you may be really uncomfortable to play it if you've only been playing one champion. Also, if you picked a champion that is, pretty popular, he may get banned or picked before you, so then you can't even play your main. Okay, this is the point where I give my advice and my personal experience on maining a champion. Personally, I don't main a champion now, but I have done in the past to gain ELO. I used Rise as my main for quite some time. For about 20 games solid, I played Rise of TP, simply because I saw Athene do it, and I thought, if he can do it, I can do it, which I think was correct. I used the TP to go bot lane, but also was the highest CS in the game. I still recommend Rise to people that really want a mid lane champion that they can main and help their team in solo queue. You'd get up quite easily in ELO because Rise is just a beast late game. If you get to that stage, you can't really beat him. Other champions I see that people main are like Jarvan. Jarvan is amazing to main because he's a mid laner, he's a top laner, and a jungle. Each of them have different play styles, but if you learn them, then you have one champion that can cover 3 play styles. So if you can't get the lane or role you want, you can always jump on your same champion on a different role. That's something I really highly recommend. Pick a champion that can do multiple roles. Another bit of advice I have to give is pick a champion that either doesn't get picked a lot or doesn't get banned a lot. It's no good picking a main and it gets banned every single game, like Shen or Blitzcrank or something like that, because there's no point having a main if you can't play it. Pick something that is still strong but doesn't get seen often. You know, Elise is up there, but she can get banned every now and then. I would recommend Elise as another main because she can top, mid, and jungle just like Jarvan. There are other champions that you can main. Find them yourself. Play the ones you like to enjoy. Do normal games. You don't have to jump straight into rank to find your main. Play normal games, maybe with a group of friends so they understand what you're doing, just learning more champions. Learn the champions you want to play and then main them. You don't have to have one main, you can have several. Myself, I have quite a large champion pool, but I do have favourites in each lane. I'd say I have about 4 champions in every single role of the game that I always go to first. If I don't feel like playing them, fine, I go play something else. But I know I always have them 4 or 5 champions in each role that I can go to and play in any situation of the game. Now just to sum up, all I'm going to say is if you want a main champion, you can easily get one, but play a champion you want to play. Learn everything about that champion if you are going to main a champion. Watch professional streams. If, say, you want to main Singed, I recommend watching Dyrus. If you want to main like a Kali, go watch Voyboy. Learn everything about that champion. Use LolWiki or use TSM guides to get everything about them, like build orders, itemization, everything like that.